My family and I just spent a week on the Norwegian Getaway, and here's what actually is worth your time and what to skip with your family.
Apart from dining, there's also tons of bars on the Getaway, and there's a bar for every version of you. Daytime you, vacation you, I'm done parenting for now version of you. There's a spot for all of those versions of you. I mentioned the atrium bar, which sits in the middle of everything, and you end up there like the same way you end up in your kitchen at home without knowing why. Like, there's always like an event going on there. It's kind of like Main Street or Times Square. There were so many times we were on our way to a show or a dinner, and I was waiting for something. I said, "Hey, honey, you want me to go get like a cocktail of some kind?" And we'll just hop over there to the bar, grab one. It's a great bar. It's also really open and really big. If you want quiet, the Sunset Bar became my nightly ritual. This was more of like a cigar lounge. As a matter of fact, it's right by the actual cigar lounge, but you don't smell any of the cigars. And it's more of like the place like an adult would go to unwind. You've done your duty for the day. It's time to sit, and they have these great specialty drinks. So I would like throw on a movie on my iPhone or something and just sit there and chill at the end of the night. It was so fun. Oh, also, it's right by a door that goes right out onto the walkway of the ship where you can just grab a cocktail, then like hop out and catch some fresh air, look at the ocean, pop back in. It's wonderful. Now, if you're looking for not much quiet, but like fun, Sid Norman's Poorhouse. I mean, this is less of a bar and more of a show. It's the crown jewel for me of like nighttime energy on the ship. They have this band that plays like basically just old school hits, and the whole place feels like a concert. And they have these vocalists that are also performers that are like telling jokes and doing bits. Like, it was so good. I went there once by myself, and then the next night I said, dude, to my older kids, I said, you guys have got to come with me. This place rules. Let's go and check it out. And we had such a good time. Now, speaking of fun, entertainment on the Getaway is everywhere. I mentioned a couple of these already, but if you walk out of your cabin, you're gonna hit live music trivia, someone hosting a game you didn't agree to participate in, or like a crowd cheering for a belly flop contest. There's so much fun happening. The theater always puts on big production shows. We went, much respect to the actors, much respect to the production. It looked and sounded professional. I didn't love it. And we got there late, and we sat front row, which means when we left early because we didn't love it, the performers and the entire crowd got to watch that happen.
I'm going to make this way harder than it needs to be.
Now listen, it was my vacation. Don't judge me.
Ropes course on the ship. Great idea? Absolutely. Terrifying? Yes. I am scared of heights, but there is this ropes course on the ship. I haven't seen a ton of people doing it because from the pool area right over here, you can see people, or you can see the ropes course. And I haven't seen one person there except for the guys who like attend to it, like the ropes course technicians, the ropes coursers. I don't know, but it is here. My kids are a little excited about it. I don't want to do it. I would do it for them, maybe. But anyway, it's kind of a cool feature. I just haven't seen a ton of people into it because most of the people are in the pools on the slot. All right, listen, ropes course, it's included. Before we keep going, will you do me a favor? Drop a comment. What would your family actually do first? Because the answer tells me a lot about what kind of cruisers you are. No judgments. Maybe just a couple judgments.
On the ropes course, my wife and my 13-year-old were my 13-year-old was so excited to do it. And my wife's like, all right, I'll do it with you. And they get on, and they didn't realize that there's literally a section on the ropes course where you walk the plank, but you basically walk it off the side of the ship. And at that point, they're like they're harnessed up in the middle of the ropes course. They can't leave. It's crazy. Oh, also, when you're going on the water slides, when you're going on the ropes course, before you get on one of those slides, there's this little square pad that every once in a while I'd see one of the workers on Norwegian see the person coming up to go on the slide, and they'd go. It's a scale. because there's obviously like weight requirements for all this stuff. And we're in the middle of the ocean. They have to be really safe. I love that. But as I'm waiting in line, I'm like, if I get to the front of this line and this dude makes me check my weight in front of everyone, I swear I am going to lose. I saw it happen to many people, but me, they were like, let him on through. No idea why. Anyway, big win for me. Kids love the slides. Now, the kids weren't the only ones loving the slides. I love the slides.
The craziest thing about these slides is they're not scary. They're actually really, really fun. But when you get to the top of the steps, which doesn't seem really high from here, but it is, you're literally at the top of the boat and you feel the whole boat freedom. However, it does give you these best view of the ocean. So the line is always long to go up these slides, but while you're waiting, you get this amazing view of literally everything around but the boat. You feel all of the movement. It is scary and awesome and fun.
The hot tubs might seem like old news, right? We've all been in a hot tub. Man, my kids couldn't stay out of the hot tub. It was so cool. They just chilled in there, made friends, talked to people. They were getting people's life stories. Okay, this is where we've got to talk about the Barney story. My 5-year-old loved the hot tubs. Yes, you will see signs where it says adults only. Every kid on that cruise was in the hot tub. And to this day I'm about to share with you, just like every other day, my wife's in the hot tub and my kid is in the hot tub with a snorkel, by the way. And there was one other guy in the hot tub, this older gentleman that I later found out was named Barney.
And the happiest memories of all.
And when the bubbles would die down, my 5-year-old would go, huh, and pop up with his snorkel, scoot over to the bubble button, hit it, jets would turn back on. It's fine. No harm, no foul. An older woman with a giant, like, Manhattan or martini at like 8 a.m. No judgment. No judgment. She walks into the hot tub, and as she's walking in, she looks at my wife and she goes, the signs say adult only. And my wife was like, yeah, I know. Look around. There's a lot of kids in hot tubs. I feel like it's kind of like an exception to the rule kind of a thing. And the lady's like, kept pushing. She's like, the signs say adults only. And so my wife finally just goes, fine. I'm not going to fight with this woman. Stands up. She goes, hey, buddy, we got to get out of the hot tub. He's upset. They're getting out of the hot tub. This is where Barney comes into the story. He's leaning back in the hot tub. And as my wife's exiting, he goes,
yeah, well, guess what? They don't allow drinks in the hot tub either.
And this lady with her huge martini is like, oh, I don't see the sign for that. And he goes, they're everywhere. And then, this is the best part. He goes, and that kid, he was my button pusher. When the jets would turn off, he'd push the button. Guess what? You want to kick him out? Now you're the button pusher. And then my wife comes and tells me this story. I'm dying laughing. The day goes on. We're fine. The next day, I see Barney in the exact same spot, exact same hot tub, sitting there, jets on, no button pusher, by the way. And I walked up to him and I go, hey, man, my name's Patrick. I just wanted to say, you were really nice to my kid yesterday and my wife. And, thanks for kind of like having their back. And he goes, oh, you mean with that miserable woman? So for the rest of the cruise, me and Barney, we were tight. So we loved the hot tubs, needless to say. The sports court is also out there. It stays busy all day. There's like basketball, soccer, and there's people like treating it like the NBA. My 17-year-old lived up on these courts and would come to dinner with the family drenched and like sore. And he would give us like the play-by-play every night. So it's amazing that they have all this fun stuff. My kids would be up there playing sports, meeting new friends. It was so fun. There's something for everybody.
There is seriously always something happening on this ship. If you're trying to figure out what to actually do when you get to Bermuda, because that's a completely different question because it's happening off the ship, I've got that video right here.